Hello, this is a video on how to play the card game Gargantua. The objective of Gargantua, it is a solitaire card game, and so the objective is to build 8 foundations up from ace to king using 2 standard 52 card decks. In terms of setting the game up, at the beginning, you'll deal 45 cards into 9 piles. The first pile, from left to right, gets 1 card, the second pile gets 2, and so on. So since you have 9 piles, the last pile would have 9 cards. This set of piles will be referred to as the tableau. The top card of each pile in the tableau is turned face up, so that there are 9 face-up cards. After dealing the cards to the tableau, the remaining cards are set aside, forming a stock pile. You'll also start the game with an empty waste pile, as well as your 8 empty foundation piles. In terms of playing the game, on the tableau, cards are played in descending order, alternate colors. This means that if you were to play a card onto another card, it must be 1 rank lower of the opposite color. This 4 is 1 rank lower than the 5. The 4 is black, the 5 is red. Therefore, the 4 is 1 rank lower of the opposite color. This is a permissible move. So, an empty pile on the tableau can only be filled with the king, and then you begin playing cards like you normally would, right, in descending order and alternate colors. Anytime you'd like, you can draw a card from the stock pile. That deals 1 card face up onto the waste pile. You can go through the deck twice, right? So that means you are allowed to do 1 redeal. That means when you go through the entire stockpile, you flip the waste pile over again, restarting the stockpile. You are allowed to go through it for a total of 2 times. Foundation piles start from ace and are built up to king. So let us just show it here, right? We have our ace of diamonds or ace of hearts. We have another ace of diamonds here, and so we can go ahead and place them. Also note that the top card from the waste pile, although this is mostly obvious, can be moved to the tableau or to the foundation piles. So that's it for the rules, right? Cards are played in descending order, alternate colors. Empty tableau piles must be filled with a king, and then only can you start building on the pile. You can draw from the stockpile anytime, drawing 1 card into the waste pile. You can go through the stockpile twice. You win the game if you build up all foundation piles from ace to king. You lose if you still have cards left and you have no more moves left. So that's it for how to play Gargantua. What we'll do now is we'll go through a quick gameplay demo here. And so we know we want to build up our cards here. What are the moves we have? Well, we don't really have any moves here. We could move this 4, but that has a 4 underneath. And so I'm going to be a little sneaky. I'm going to undo. Right? If you're playing in real life, you can choose to undo if you'd like. It's totally up to you. Also note that you can move piles of cards as well, right? Provided that the 2 cards making contact are still 1 rank apart and of opposite colors, right? That's the only requirement. The other cards don't really matter too much. It's just the 2 cards that are touching must meet the building requirements in terms of playing them together. So it looks like we've ran out of moves here. What we'll do is we'll draw a card from the stockpile. That's a 10 of diamonds. That will allow us to play it on the jack. That's an 8. Can't really play that, fortunately, as well as a 7, so we'll keep playing. So I'm actually going to undo that. I'm going to place this set of kings there, right, to hopefully free up another card there that is beneficial. With that 4. So we have a lot of 4s here. We have a lot of 5s and 4s here, unfortunately. We'll continue playing. It's king, 2, nice. So as you can see, we'll continue playing. I don't know if we'll go through the entire deck because that is time consuming, but we'll play for about 2 to 3 more minutes here. So you simply you want to try to minimize your flipping through the deck, right? The reason being is that minimizing the amount of times you flip through the deck um, will allow you more moves, right? Because once you flip through the deck twice, that you can't go through it any more times, and so you want to save your stockpile and try to make as least use of it as possible, right? Try not to use it. That 3 is beneficial, that 4 is beneficial. We can move that 4 there. Oh, that 2 is beneficial there. So we're getting some decent cards, not the best though. Um, that's a 2 of spades. It's unfortunate. Keep playing. We want to get to that 5 of hearts as soon as we can. By doing so, we'll greatly increase the number of possible moves we have. Okay. Doesn't look like we can get to that 5 of hearts right now, so we'll continue flipping through. Flipping a little more liberally than I'm used to, right? I'm going through the deck without much, I guess, care or much caution. Speaking of which, there's a permissible move there. That's just a spade. Just a 2 of spade. Those is 3 of spades. So not really many beneficial moves. But that's pretty much it, right? It would be very time consuming to go through the entire deck. That's sort of a demonstration on how to play Gargantua. Once again, let us simply show you one more time in terms of setting the game up, right? So you have your tableau pile, and at the beginning you deal 45 cards into 9 piles, right? First pile gets 1, the second pile 2, so on and so forth. The number of the pile corresponds to the number of cards in that pile. The remaining cards are set aside, forming a stockpile. You'll start off the game with an empty waste pile, as well as 8 empty foundation piles. Cards can be played on each other in the tableau if they are of descending order and in the opposite color. An empty pile in the tableau can only be filled with the king. You are allowed to move groups of cards. Also note that you can draw from the stockpile anytime. That deals 1 card from the face up onto the waste pile. You are allowed to go through the stockpile twice. Once you go through it once, you are allowed to flip it over. Once you go through it, you are allowed to flip the waste pile over, refreshing the stockpile. And the game is won. Once you build up all the foundation piles from ace to king, the game is lost. If you have no more permissible moves left and you still have cards left that have not been built onto the foundation piles. So that wraps up how to play Gargantua. I hope you enjoyed and thank you for watching.